abstract factory object-oriented design pattern. So let me start by showing a generic UML diagram of this pattern. Essentially, we have a factory client, and this would be any class that needs to create objects, and it's using any one of these concrete classes, factory 1, factory 2, or factory 3, and it needs to create families of products. So it could be needing to create concrete product A1, concrete product B1, and concrete product C1. So this would be factory 1 needing to create those products, and maybe factory 2 needs to create concrete product A2 and concrete product B2 and concrete product C2. Okay? So the best way to explain this pattern is to go through an example. So an example where the abstract factory pattern is applicable is suppose you are creating an application with a user interface look and feel that can vary between different look and feels. So we could have, suppose we could have a Windows look and feel, or a Linux look and feel, or a Mac look and feel, or maybe other proprietary look and feels. And the user can switch between those look and feels. So this would be a perfect example to show how this pattern works, how the abstract factory pattern works. Okay. Okay, so we have this class, a factory client class, and it represents any class that needs to create a family of related or interconnected objects. Okay, and in this case, this factory class is going to use different factories, where each one of those factories is responsible for the creation of a family of widgets. And what we mean by those widgets is a combo box, a text box, and a list box that form a family together. Okay, so essentially we have a Windows factory, we also have a Linux factory, and we also have a Mac factory. Okay, and each one of those creates a family of widgets, each one of those families having a specific look and feel. Okay, we also have a widget factory, this class, which is an abstract class, and it could have been an interface. In the case it would have been an interface, we have this method, the get factory method, the static method. We would we would push it up to the factory client if this widget factory was an interface. But here we have it as an abstract class, so the get factory method is implemented and it returns one of these factories, either Windows factory or Mac factory or Linux factory. Okay, and what it allows us to do, this widget factory, it essentially simplifies the switching between different look and feels, and also it allows it makes it more easy to modify or remove specific look and feel. So we could add another look and feel some other time in the future. We could go here and extend from widget factory and add another look and feel, or maybe remove a look and feel, okay, in the future, or modify a look and feel. So, and also what we have is we have also several families of products. We have so window combo box, window text box, and the window list box that are going to end up being created by this factory, by the window factory, this factory, by the window factory, I guess. And we also have for Mac, we have a Mac combo box, a Mac text box, and a Mac list box that are gonna be end up being created by the Mac factory. Okay, and same thing for the Linux one. They're gonna end up being created by the Linux factory. Okay. And essentially we also have these guys. So the combo box here that all these classes extend from, or the text box or the list box. Uh, I mean, we could implement this as a marker interface if we want to just mark these guys as being combo boxes or as being text boxes or list boxes. Uh, or we could have it as an abstract class or even a regular class. Okay? Actually, more probably an abstract class because we would really not need to instantiate these guys. It's gonna be a concrete class, an actual class that represents a family of products. Okay. So let me go through a scenario of how this pattern works. And so to do that, so let's go here. So we have a factory client. So suppose we're in this factory client class, somewhere in the code of the factory client, we can call widget factory.getFactory, essentially this method, in order to pick up one of these factories, either the Windows factory or the Mac factory or the Linux factory. And so it would give us back one of these concrete classes, and we would store it here in factory. Okay. And then what we can do after suppose we obtain a Windows factory, we can call these methods on it: create combo box, create text box, and create list box, which are gonna end up creating a window combo box and a window text box and a window list box, and are gonna end up being stored here in combo box, text box, and list box. Okay. Okay, so what are the characteristics of this pattern, of the abstract factory pattern? Essentially, we use this pattern when we need to create families of objects. And we have another pattern called the factory method pattern. And the key difference between the abstract factory pattern and the factory method pattern is that in the abstract factory pattern, members of a family of objects are designed to be used together, to be created and used together. Okay? And also this pattern, the abstract factory pattern, simplifies the exchange of families of objects. And what do we mean by that? We mean, if we go back to the example, what we have here is we have the widget factory in between, which allows us to easily change from a window factory to or a Linux factory or to a Mac factory. And each one of those factory is able to create one of these guys, window combo box or a window text box or a window list box. And tomorrow, if we added another factory here, we could easily also add other products here that extend from each one of the combo box, the text box, and the list box. Okay, so it allows us to, or it simplifies the exchange of families of objects. Okay.